videos. For those that don't know me, my name is Beverly, and for those that are returning, thank you guys so much for joining me today. As you guys could already tell by the special guest in my background, I have the xTool Apparel Printer and the shaker oven and AP2 filter. I want to take a quick moment to shout out xTool for sending me this awesome bundle. I can't wait to review it and unbox it for all of you guys. Now, I also want to stop and say, if you guys have not checked out this bundle already, I will leave it linked down below, and make sure you guys check them out there and give them a follow. Now, without further ado, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bells so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. Alright, jumping right into the unboxing, I had my mother-in-law help me unbox this huge shipment, which you guys can see. I got my shipment in two different deliveries, which one was the shaker oven and the AP2 filter, and that's what we're unboxing right now. I was so shocked because it came in this major, huge semi that just kind of came into my neighborhood, and I never have gotten a delivery like this, so it was truly amazing. The shaker oven looked to me like a washing machine, but I got right into the unboxing part of the shaker oven the next day once everything else had arrived. You can see I'm kind of taking everything out of the box for the filter, just kind of unboxing everything, super easy and simple. And on the oven, I also kind of went ahead and removed those like standing legs off and just kind of screwed them up, so later on we're able to roll it off the little ramp that it came with. Now, I can't say this enough. I was so shocked how detailed and organized everything was within the shipping process. Everything had instructions. I will say that xTool does pride themselves in great customer service, as well as having everything included. Literally, the shaker oven, the printer, and the AP2 filter all came with step-by-step manual instructions, and also how to unload and everything that was included inside. So I can't say that enough. I think that was like beyond my expectations, because I worked with other different DTF machines and brands and such, and it has never been as detailed as this. So inside the actual printer, we received some syringes, some extra maintenance boxes that we can dispose of with stuff in them later. We got the dampers. I mean, we pretty much got everything. I removed this plastic off the print head, which in a minute you guys will see there is an additional slip at the bottom that we do have to open up from the side. There's basically like this little plastic that's over the print head that has some type of oil, just to pretty much have it lubricated and it does not get scratched during the shipping process. Next thing you know, I am over here taking all of the plastics off the filter and opening up any other materials that we got, which this is a tray that goes to the shaker oven. It is magnetic, all of the inks and a cleaning solution and the white, the film roll, and you can see these bottles are amazing because they're just kind of like spill proof, and I'm testing it out here. It just allows the ink to go directly in and not splatter anywhere else, so I really do like those little caps that are added on. Anything that you see here, this is all for the shaker oven or the filter, and additional stuff that we got were printer swabs, some lubricant, some more syringes. We got the DTF powder. We have all of the tools that you need for this assembly of the actual like putting on the pieces together. I do like how it came with a screwdriver. I mean, everything was just there. I mean, you name it, you needed it, it was there. Usually for other things, you have to go look for a screwdriver or some type of tool, but everything was included, you guys. It is super easy to set up the film as well. You do get this cable Ethernet adapter or cord, I guess you can say, that connects from the printer to the shaker oven and your power cords, everything. So everything's working in sync as far as your tubing that goes to the filter from the oven, so any of the toxic fumes are not going out and about. Here my husband is pretty much attaching what we call the printer to the shaker. That way it doesn't just like out of nowhere fall off. It's all secured in with screws. If you guys were thinking, well, this is the result, it's screwed in. And here my husband's also helping me put in the DTF powder, and we're gonna put it into the shaker oven, and you guys will see it in a minute how that's done. Over to your right hand side of the shaker, you guys will see there is a tube, and then you just twist it to pour in. You just have to make sure it meets the line, and in a minute as well, you guys will see how how to open it back up. If you guys need to refill in the future, you just twist the opposite direction and you pull out and you are ready to refill. Now, the cool thing about the shaker oven is that you're not being wasteful with powder. It's all getting recycled within until you need more. Then that's when you can add it. This little magnetic tray at the bottom will make sure the prints do not actually touch the floor and it's being caught by that. And then we have a USB dongle that will allow your filter, your oven, all to work wirelessly within the printing aspect goes. Now here you are going to see that I am installing the DTF film. I'm passing it through manually. I'm opening up my rollers and there's 2 metal plates on each side that says left, right, L and R. You're just going to make sure it's aligned and everything is there. And once you feel like everything is aligned perfectly, then we're going to go ahead and move on by adding the little metal plates on the sides, just adjusting them so the film is tucked in right under, and that way your film is not going to shift or lift during the printing process. Now we went ahead and powered on our xTool Apparel Printer, and as you can see, the ink is filled and everything's ready to go. We're just going to go ahead and choose our language, make sure it's connected to your Wi-Fi home network, and you're just going to follow the steps. It's doing a self-check, and that's just pretty much making sure that the film, the ink, everything is put in correctly. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the actual top cover to our print head. That way we can make sure that the ink is charging up through the tubes and everything is properly put in. We're going to start our ink calibration. You're just going to make sure that all the dampers are filled with ink, and it's going to call the ink priming. You just literally have to close the clasps and open them and just follow the instructions as needed and go ahead and hit continue. Now we're going to get into the part where you're going to download the printer software. Everything is included in the instruction manual. You go to xTool Studio and you'll hit download for Windows or Mac. The great thing about this printer is that you can download on either of the programs, whether if you have a Windows or Mac. And here I am downloading it directly onto my Windows laptop. Just follow the steps. Everything is self-explanatory. You'll just hit next. And then you want to agree to all the terms and conditions after you have read everything and accepted. And then you'll just continue. Jumping right into the xTool Studio, we're going to go ahead and make a new account. If you guys don't have one already set up, we're going to go ahead and sign up for that. And once we go ahead and do so, we're able to get into a new project. You can see I'm just kind of skipping through all of the little tutorials that it's giving me. And our ultimate goal is to get this connected. So over to your right hand side where it says select a device, you are going to be selecting the device of your choice that you are using, whether if that's a laser, if that's the Apparel Printer, and in my case it's the Apparel Printer. Keep in mind I had this connected via USB cord, but you can also have it connected wirelessly where it says Bluetooth. And to finish off this last step, it's just doing a quick calibration and it's going to cut off the excess. All right, now that our printer is up and connected, I'm sorry for any background noise. You can probably hear the printer. It is connected currently to the xTool Apparel Printer and the actual shaker oven and the air filter. So everything, once it's ready to go, it should show green beside all 3 of them, like as you can see here. Now to upload our image, we're going to go to import, which is over on your left hand side. Then from here, we're going to choose the design we want. We're going to go with this "'Tis the Season." It fits the vibes right now. I wanted to show you not only that, but some cool features that you can do using the xTool Studio. We're going to do yes, scale to fit. And you can see here, I have the width and height is in inches. You can always modify this by going to the xTool little icon here and then settings. And then from settings, you can just go to inches. This is something that I had to figure out. So that's just a little key point here. And any other settings that you would like to mess with, you can always do that. Feel free. Okay, now you can see my image. It has a lot of negative space up here and also down below. We're going to go to hit edit. And you can see that you can AI enhance it, eraser to delete the backgrounds if it had any crop image, and so forth. So we're gonna go and do the crop image. And then I like this feature because a lot of the time, a lot of systems don't offer this, and if they do, they're not very practical. So with this one, it's really cool because not only is it like a design studio basically, where you can design into it, you can also crop, you can do lots of things. So it's not just a printing software like most DTF programs are. Okay, so once we have that, we are modifying it. Now we can really truly adjust the size. Let's say we want 11 inches. Here you go. You just kind of place it in the middle. Now the only thing I have noticed so far is that you can't really adjust the canvas size. So let's say if you want to print a gang sheet, maybe that's not doable, but if it's an image like this, you can always duplicate it and, you know, have 2 or 3 prints at a time, just really depending on how many fits based off your size. So like this one, if I wanted, you can do up to 2 images for the size that I'm choosing, but for now we're just going to go with 1. Now another cool thing I like about this actual design xTool studio is that once we're ready to go ahead and hit print, you can actually adjust the number of copies here manually, or you can just duplicate them on the canvas. Now let's say we wanted to go ahead and see how efficient it is to use our DTF Apparel Printer. Now, like I said, you can do multiple images on one canvas as long as it fits. So like this one could have fit like up to 2. Now, let's say we want to calculate the estimated time of this for printing, plus also calculate how much you're actually using on material for this actual print. So if you really wanted to calculate the cost. Now, if you're a small business owner, this is very important. You can just click here, calculate, and here in a few minutes or so, it should populate and say how much the actual estimated cost for this print with ink, film, and all should be. So you can see here it says the color, the white, the film, approximate cost is 56 cents for this print itself, and this is 1 minute and 51 seconds. So let's go ahead and hit print. I quickly want to talk to you guys a little bit more about AI Make, which is a tool within xTool's creative software that uses artificial intelligence to generate ready-to-use designs for laser cutting, engraving projects, or even DTF apparel printing projects like we're going to show you today. So this is just a little bonus clip here. It is AI Make over on your left hand side. You can choose your style, whether if you want to make a vector design, anything for 3D engraving, a logo, text graphics, maybe blade cutting, depending on the machine that you have. Since we just have the xTool Apparel Printer, we're going to go ahead and generate a quick graphic. So you can either do a classic quote, coloring book, or a silhouette, whichever you like of your choice. Let's do a classic quote. Now, I already had something pre-filled here. You want to describe the pattern. So I'm just going to say different colored fall leaves, and the text to display, let's say we wanted to say fall vibes. Now all we have to hit is click generate, and you will see the remainder of minutes that it takes below, and we are going to come up with our own design. This is what I had gotten last time. You guys can see very cutesy, very just simple. That is what I was looking for. And then here's just giving me other options. So let's say we wanted to go on to this design. We'll just hit yes, scale to fit. And there you have it. So there is how you can go ahead and automatically use AI Make within this xTool Studio to generate your own designs using the AI Make feature, which is really awesome tool. Now that we have our design here, let's say we wanted to take it a little bit further and we wanted to go ahead and do the magic eraser to maybe delete the background. You guys can go ahead and do it manually as well by doing so like this. And if it seems like too much, maybe we can go and hit cancel and do AI cutout, and it's going to generate a preview of it. And there you have it. So you hit confirm, and again, you have your transparent design, and it is ready to go ahead and print. What do you guys think of this feature? Let me know down below. I think it's really cool because you can really generate your own AI and custom designs. They're unique, they're yours, and you are ready to go. Now we're gonna go ahead and start timing the process from start to finish for our DTF printer, from it printing it out, cutting it, powdering it, putting it through the shaker oven, and all. Now for this process, you want to make sure your printer is turned on and the shaker oven is preheated. I believe mine is set to 163. Fahrenheit, and you guys can see I just sped it up, but it is counting from start to finish since I pushed print and it started printing all the way from it doing that till it coming out of the shaker oven. Now I will go ahead and give you guys a little heads up. Now if you guys are printing multiple prints at once and adding multiple print jobs to the print queue, it will make each and every print after the first one a lot faster. So after the first one, which sometimes the first one takes a little bit longer, it took about 13 minutes and 11 seconds. After that one, usually your other prints that are behind it consecutively will start printing a lot faster. Here's a quick tip. This is how to make sure your oven is preheating. You can see it's going up. I have it set to 163 Fahrenheit and you can see the temperature is rising. Once it's ready to go, that's when you should actually start printing. And once you're done, you can just shut it off by clicking that button. Once the print was done, I just went ahead and trimmed the edges and I posted the final reveal on how I pressed it and how it ended up looking up on my shirt over on TikTok. So if you guys don't follow me there, check out the print and this is how it came out. Okay, amigas, what are your final thoughts on this xTool apparel printer and the whole process with the shaker oven and AP2 filter? Now, take a moment, pause, and comment down below what your honest thoughts are before I go ahead and read them a little bit later. If you ask me what are my thoughts, I have a lot to say. So let's go ahead and get into it. First, I want to talk about the main differences between your average DTF printer and this whole bundle setup right here. Now, with my old DTF printer, there was a process where you had to print, you had to cut manually, you had to powder, and then you had to cure it in an oven. Now, you guys are seeing the process right here on screen on how I was doing that before. Now, imagine having multiple prints or a big order of DTF transfers and having to do that step by step every single time. It honestly takes a while. So that's where this printer definitely is more time efficient and it's less messy when getting into every little step because this printer will cut the prints for you. It will also go ahead and powder your prints as well as cure them. And once they are done, they will pop out at the bottom. It is so easy and I really do love this combo right here versus the old process where it's step by step. Like I said, it saves you so much time and it's just much more worth it. It's a one-click system versus multiple manual steps, one by one. Now, moving on. So let's talk about printer efficiency. This printer is so efficient when it comes to making multiple prints. Yes, you guys saw maybe one print took me 13 minutes, 11 seconds, but once you are printing consecutively back to back, each and every single print behind the first initial one will start moving faster. Why? Because the first one, your oven could be heating up and it can take a little bit longer for it to come out. Any print after that usually will go a lot faster and it's just so much more convenient. Like I said, it powders, it cures, and it comes out ready to go, ready for you to press on to your next shirt. Kind of how I did. Now, I really want to emphasize that this printer right here is really great for small businesses that are wanting to level up their game within their industry. Now, I will say, whether that's you moving from HTV vinyl to DTF or using the old DTF printers and all those manual steps to level up to this is definitely your go-to and you really want to take advantage of this machine. It is a powerhouse, it's super easy and convenient to use. And in the long run, it can save you a lot more money because the cost per print, like you guys saw on the cost calculator on the xTool Studio, will definitely let you know how much more money you're saving versus having to outsource and buy prints if maybe that's where you were at, or if it was just taking you a lot longer with the old system versus this one. This is definitely for you. It is a true printing money-making machine. Another great thing that I really like compared to my old printers was that I'm able to use it wirelessly. It's super easy and convenient. It hooks up to your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and you're able to go ahead and start printing wirelessly. I can literally be across my house getting stuff done in my living room while this machine is going and just kind of flowing in the background. Now, do you guys hear that? Yeah, the machine is off and it's doing its auto maintenance. Now, the cool thing about this printer is that you do not have to do an extensive manual cleaning. You can now do an automatic maintenance with the machine even when it's off. And when you're ready to go ahead and print and get it up and running, it will do its automatic print head cleaning before it goes ahead and notifies you that it is ready to go so you can start printing and start your day. And that just really keeps me at peace because I can be on vacation, I can be busy getting other stuff done, and ultimately this machine is taking care of itself in the background. Now, a lot of people always wonder, is it worth me getting a DTF printer? Is it really worth it? I don't have the time, but I really need it, and it's just a lot more convenient. Well, because it does its own cleanings and you can be away from it for a few days, I really do think that it's worth it. Ultimately, because with my other DTF printers, I would definitely have to have somebody here auto maintaining them maybe day by day or every 2 days. And I would always be worrying in the back of my head, is my print head gonna clog? Well, not anymore, not with this one. Other small differences that I noticed when using the xTool Apparel Printer is that it does like to save film. So whenever you finish off your last print job, it actually pushes the film back to the start point. So whenever you have a next print going, it will start right at the edge of that film cutoff. That way it can save you film in the long run. Something that as before, you had to remember to push your film back, so therefore there was nothing wasted. And here is my favorite part out of it all. The design studio, xTool Studio. It is so amazing. Not only can you design, you can edit, you can crop, you can do a lot more. You could even make your own wording, put it together like you guys saw in the AI Make feature that it does have. You can do so much. It's a design space specifically for xTool. It's xTool Studio. You guys will love it. Now, I always use Canva, Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, other programs. But why not take advantage of what you have right in front of you? xTool Studio's possibilities are endless, and it is super amazing, especially when you're wanting to come up with something from scratch. And I know I mentioned it already, that xTool prides themselves for great customer service and instruction manuals for everything. Like I mentioned before, it came with instruction manuals for each and every one of my machines, and it was super easy to set up. It's not something that you're gonna overthink or have to reach out to tech support for. There's literally videos and there is step-by-step instructions within each manual. It's super easy. So now that I told you guys my final thoughts on the xTool Apparel Printer, I also wanted to invite you guys to go ahead and check out their Black Friday Grand Finale and Cyber Monday sale. That will start on November 3rd and it will end December 5th. And that is on the xTool Apparel Printer itself. And you can save up to $1,500 if you guys do choose to check them out. And the final price is starting at $5,599 for the printer. So make sure you guys check them out. And that is it for today. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. And lastly, you turn on your post notifications so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much, amigas, for joining me today. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!